First of the month, rent's due. I did better this month than I did last month. Let's see by how much. Income, doesn't matter. I technically had some because I got my tax refund. However, I'm not counting it because it will not be a steady, regular occurrence. My checks have never been regular because of the industry in which I've chosen to work. Most people look at how much they make and they decide that that is how much money they have to spend. I, personally, am not in the business of that. I prefer to look at how much I spent and figure out how to make that number as low as absolutely possible. Absolutely necessary expenses. Utility bills, gas, water, electric, which were all way down because it's warm enough to not need to run the heat, but not quite hot enough to need to run the air. Yet. This is about as good as it's gonna get. It is worth noting that when I do the wonky fire math to determine how much it would cost to keep this bill paid for the rest of my life, I use the higher summertime numbers. Also adding to the absolutely necessary expenses are what I spent to file my taxes because I guess I had to do that. I'm also always wondering if what I should add to this batch is gas for the car. I drove a lot this month because I've been going to nearly every class the union offers, and I just kind of got gas when I needed it. I did try to go to Costco so I could get it as cheaply as possible, but there was one trip I had to make to the racetrack around the corner from the house because I had forgotten to leave early enough to make it to the Costco before class. I have class at the Union Hall this week, and then hopefully I can back off on classes and the driving for a bit because this was a little excessive. Ooh, the other thing I hesitate to call absolutely necessary, food. This isn't standard grocery run food stuff. This is just extra stuff I needed because I ran out of cream or I really wanted the coffee that was on sale. This also includes Razzie's food, which I suppose that's necessary, isn't it? General shopping, Walmart run, Costco run. I don't really break these down between food and other stuff because I usually can't remember what the specific purpose was. It's just easier to do this way unless I know a purchase was made specifically for crafting supplies. I know that I don't need more. I know that I don't. And I haven't needed any more for quite a while. Part of this was for a very specific tool that I can do very specific cool things with. The rest of it, I don't even know, there's not an excuse. Entertainment. I went to the Ren Fair with my friends. This was a very necessary purchase, part of which was paid for with my PayPal balance, so that doesn't count. And the food and merch that I got while I was there was bought with cash, so that doesn't count. And then when I got home and found cheaper versions of all the things that I wanted on Temu, I bought them with my Venmo balance, so that doesn't count. This month I spent $495.69, and if I can keep my spending this low consistently, doubtful. I'll be good till next June, which is great because I don't have a job, and I probably won't for a while. It's May Day, also known as Beltane, also known as International Workers' Day. So it's appropriate that the biggest story in the news right now is the impending writer's strike. I'm not allowed to speak on behalf of my own labor union, but I can say, as a member of the working class, that workers' rights are human rights. They're worth fighting for, and they're worth striking for. Nothing really changes for me personally. So there's a few factors at play here in Atlanta, but work is slow right now, and if it gets even slower because of a strike, then I'm still not working, just like I haven't been since December. So I have nothing to base this on but a general gut feeling, but I feel like it'll pick back up in the fall. I'm honestly not that concerned, and I recognize that's a huge privilege to not be. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay. That's something to be grateful for. There's a lot of folks who don't have that privilege, and we all need to be fighting for them too.